Mama, I'm Katie. In this video, I'm sharing the strategies that I personally use to overcome anxiety while pregnant. By the end of this video, you'll have 3 strategies that you can employ the next time panic kicks in. I'm Katie Huey Harrison, founder and editor-in-chief of Undefining Motherhood, an educational site and community that helps you cut out the noise so you can feel comfortable doing this mom thing your own way. Listen, Mama, I understand exactly where you are right now. I am exactly where you are right now. And I've struggled with anxiety my entire life. So when I started going through pregnancy after 4 miscarriages, the anxiety skyrocketed. And figuring out how I was gonna cope with that was a trial like I've never experienced in mental health care before. So I have spent years in therapy for that pregnancy and also during this one, learning to manage and cope with my anxiety. And I am now bringing the skills that I have developed through all of that time directly to you. So here are my top 3 tips for overcoming anxiety while pregnant. Tip number 1, exercise. Did you know that when you experience fear, stress, or worry, you experience an increase in the 2 major stress hormones in your body, adrenaline and cortisol, right? And research tells us that when you're experiencing states of stress, these heightened hormonal levels last for significantly longer, which is why we're able to feel so much panic and have that kind of edgy feel, like we're shaking a little bit, even when we're not necessarily thinking about something scary actively at that particular moment. But exercise can help. According to research out of Harvard Medical School, exercise, get this, decreases your levels of both stress hormones, cortisol, and adrenaline. If you can exercise in the moment when you're feeling anxious, all the better. But if that doesn't fit into your lifestyle, exercising just 3 days a week with aerobic exercise can decrease your overall levels of these hormones and make you feel significantly better. Now, did you know that most exercise is considered safe in pregnancy? So talk to your doctor, find out what's considered safe for you, and get on it because it's gonna make you feel better. Tip number 2, set better boundaries. Now, I know most of us hate the thought of this because boundaries, we feel a little bit like we're letting people down, like we're being mean, we're being rude. But you know what you're actually doing when you're setting boundaries? You're actually creating a healthier, safer relationship with everyone that you're setting a boundary with. You are making your life better and their lives better by creating this structure. So when you're pregnant, you need to start thinking about setting boundaries because, no surprise here, you're gonna have to set a ton of them once baby arrives and throughout the entirety of your children's lives. So why not get started now? Because it actually can decrease your anxiety. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to think about a couple of people in your life who you love, you want in your life, but maybe they stress you out a little sometimes. And you're gonna ask yourself 3 questions. Number 1, what am I willing to put up with from this person? Number 2, what am I not willing to put up with from this person? And number 3, what are the consequences if this person steps over my boundaries? And then it's your job to enforce those boundaries, create them, let them know, enforce them, stick with them. You may get some pushback in the beginning, but I promise you, once you've done it, everyone is going to be happier and better. And that relationship is actually very likely in the long term, maybe not immediately, going to improve. If you need more help on setting boundaries, we actually have an expert session on exactly this topic inside our membership site for expecting mamas undefining pregnancy. So I'll drop that link in the description below. Now, before I share this last tip, do you have any strategies that have worked for you to help overcome anxiety during pregnancy? Drop me a comment below and let me know so I can create more content to help you with exactly what you're going through and talk about your experiences with you. Tip number 3, and you're gonna think I'm totally crazy, but I promise you, this works. Tip number 3, visualize and talk to your anxious thought. So here's what I mean by that. If you are feeling anxious about something specific, for me, it's usually fear that my baby's heart has stopped beating. talk to the thought that is coming to you. Visualize it. I like to picture it in a bubble. So I imagine this bubble over here just sort of floating around, telling me, oh my gosh, her heart has stopped beating. You need to worry. You need to call the doctor. You need to use your Doppler, whatever it is that I could do in that moment. You need to do that so that you can stop worrying. But the reality is I don't need to do that. Nothing has happened to cause me to worry about that. Were there a reason to worry? Sure, then I need to take action. But I don't have any reason. I just have this bubbly thought that likes to come to me all the time, and it's really annoying. So I envision it as this bubble. And then as bubbles do, I like to picture it getting stuck in my hair. Right? I know, I sound crazy, but it works. It's stuck in my hair. There's a bubble in my hair, and it's like pestering me in my head. It's saying, hey, you need to worry. It's time to worry. What if her heart has stopped beating? And then I very gently and kindly talk back to this bubble. The first thing I do is I ask if there's anything effective that I can do about this concern. So if the concern were rooted in, say, decreased movement during the 3rd trimester, well, that's where I am right now. And if there were decreased movement, you bet I would be contacting my doctor immediately. But usually this worry doesn't come about because of something specific. It just happens because this is the kind of thing that anxiety does to us. So instead I say, hey thought, thank you for visiting me. I know that you're trying to protect me and help me, but there's nothing useful that I can do with you right now. So instead, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna thank you for your time. I'm gonna release you, and I'm sure I'll see you again later. We'll have this chat again when I do. And then I imagine that bubble. I take it off of my hair, and I envision myself releasing it back into the ether, and it floats away. But we all know, because this is how anxiety works, that at some point it's gonna come back and it's gonna reattach itself. And when that happens, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna repeat the same process. Because what this does is it tells the subconscious parts of our brains, hey, I know you're trying to worry about this thing, but it's not a thing to worry about. I'm not acting on it. I'm not doing anything. I'm just gently talking to it and visualizing it floating away. And in doing that, I'm reiterating to my mind, it's okay. You can give me this thought, but I'm not gonna let it terrify me. And that has so much power over time. Visit my website for 7 more helpful tips on how to overcome anxiety during pregnancy. I've dropped a link in the description below. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you found this helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe below. Coming up next, we have other videos to help you through your pregnancy, worry, and planning. Thanks for watching. Bye.